Did you know that we celebrate President's Day in February? And did you know that 3 of the first 4 presidents were born right here in Virginia? So, in honor of President's Day, join me as we explore the lives of these famous Virginians. America wouldn't be the same without the ideas and influence of Virginians. Virginians are people who live here in Virginia. Why did Virginia play a key role in the forming of our nation? Part of the reason was the influence of 3 men, all born in Virginia and all becoming a president of the United States. These men were George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. Let's first take a look at George Washington. He's called the father of our country. Why do you think he's called that? Well, mainly because he provided strong leadership for the young nation of America. He became the very first president of the United States. He was a role model of leadership for future presidents. Washington was born in 1732 to a Virginia planter family. He learned the morals and manners of a Virginia gentleman. Washington started an early career in one of his main interests, military arts. At a key point in his career, under his command, his troops forced the surrender of the British at Yorktown in 1781. As president, he continued to strive for the improvement of the new nation. He took steps that led to the approval of the new Constitution. The Constitution is a plan for government.
Today we're going to make a presidential wig.
Before we continue on our time travel adventure, let's take a moment to make our very own presidential powdered wig, just like the presidents, such as George Washington, used to wear. This craft takes only a few minutes and is really fun. For this craft, you will need cotton balls, a large paper bag, some glue, ribbon or yarn, and some scissors. Step 1. Cut a large paper bag in the shape of a wig. This is the pattern you should cut out. The closed end of the paper bag will fit on the top of your head. Step 2. Spread glue over the paper bag and glue whole cotton balls to the paper. Completely cover the paper with cotton balls. Try not to make too much of a mess here. Step 3. Tie a ribbon around the ponytail of the wig. Be careful not to pull it too tightly. Step 4. Let the glue dry completely before trying to wear the wig. Some of the glue may soak through the paper, and you wouldn't want glue in your hair. And there you have it. See? I told you it was fast and fun. Now you can get together with your friends and pretend you are all founding fathers. Now that you have made your very own presidential powdered wig, let's move on to our next famous Virginian, Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson was born in 1743, also to a Virginia planter family. As a member of the Continental Congress, he drafted the Declaration of Independence at age 33. Also while in Congress, he passed the famous bill allowing religious freedom in 1786. When George Washington became president, Thomas Jefferson served as Washington's Secretary of State. In 1796, Jefferson almost became president. Through a strange flaw in the voting procedures, he became vice president of his opponent. 5 years later, he did become the 3rd president and did many things to improve America. One important opportunity Jefferson had was to purchase a vast section of land from France in 1803. This was called the Louisiana Purchase. This land extended from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains and from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. After 2 terms as president, Jefferson retired to his home at Monticello in Virginia and worked on his designs for the University of Virginia. Finally, let's take a look at the life of the father of the Constitution, James Madison. Madison was born in 1751 in Virginia. He studied history and government. He served in the Continental Congress, which led to him becoming one of the main contributors to the Constitution. He also helped to organize and write the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is a list of rights and freedoms for American citizens. He served as the Secretary of State during Thomas Jefferson's presidency. In 1808, Madison was elected the 4th president. During his first year as president, U.S. cargo ships were being seized by groups from Britain and France. So, the United States stopped trading goods with both of these countries in the hopes that the thievery would stop. When this did not work, Madison tried making further agreements with Britain and France. When nothing changed and American ships were still being taken, Madison was forced to ask Congress to declare war against the British on June 1, 1812. This led to the War of 1812. America was still a young nation and wasn't prepared to fight a major war. The British entered Washington, D.C. and burned both the White House and the Capitol. Still, the Americans won many naval and military victories during the War of 1812. This resulted in a sudden increase in patriotism throughout the nation. After his presidency, Madison retired to his home at Montpelier in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Now that we've told you a little about these 3 important Virginians, let's recap what we've learned. George Washington was called the father of our country because he was such a strong leader when America was a young nation. George Washington became the very first president of the United States. Thomas Jefferson was known for drafting the Declaration of Independence and for the Louisiana Purchase. Thomas Jefferson became the 3rd U.S. president. James Madison helped frame the Bill of Rights and led the U.S. in the War of 1812. James Madison was the 4th U.S. president. We hope that you've had fun traveling back in time to the days of the first United States presidents. Tune in next time as we search out other times, places, and people throughout history. See you then!